concept of little brother is a common theme across rivalry games, but there is one where that term has floated predominantly over the landscape of a matchup. And when the Paul Bunyan Trophy is up for grabs, there is nothing little when these brothers start battling. Welcome, everyone, to the Woodshed, East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Michigan State's offense will get the ball first. The Wolverines often look at this rivalry as their birthright to win, and boy, did they put the hammer down in a blowout last year.
Yeah, and you heard a lot of hail to the victors, and you heard a lot about little brother, and a lot of shots throughout this last year about how Michigan is the program in the state. They are the brand, and Michigan State has heard that, Palmer, a ton.
And that's just been a narrative that we've heard throughout the years, too, and it's something that people love talking about in Ann Arbor, is that they are the dominant team. And it's not even close in this in-state rival. Michigan State's got to do something to flip the script. If they want their program to reach the consistency that Michigan has, they've got to recruit better. And a big way in doing that is winning this game.
Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback on the keeper. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Spartans will punt it away on fourth down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So Michigan's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Flushed out of the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away. Guys, these two have been showing contempt and disdain for each other for more than a century. First meeting back in 1898.
Yeah, and my goodness, you think about all the years, all the plays. You think about Mike Hart a few years ago. What was he talking about? Little brother. That stung Michigan State so bad. The hatred for each other is what makes this game so fun to follow every single year.
And I always feel in this game specifically between Michigan and Michigan State, it's the big-time players and the Heisman candidates that have always stepped up and made big plays. So I can't wait to see what the best players in this game are ready to do.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. It's complete to the right. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
After that last completion, it's second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Got his man on the right. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He wants to change this route. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The hand to the running back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Wolverines! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. This guy fits that Spartan quarterback mold, a guy who makes plays, a Jeff Smoker, a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, a guy that you can depend on. You got to find that guy that can complement who you are and what you are, and so you can get a lot of the fans going, go green, go white. Find the complementing quarterback to this offense.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's second and long. Motion from the wideout. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Gives it on the option. Tough slanting there as he picks up 1 to the 29. Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Back to pass. Right on the money. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan State.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll throw it. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you get.
There he goes. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
He's marked out by number 81. 1st and goal, Michigan.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that tight 1st quarter, this 2nd period ought to be a lot of fun. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Quick strike complete. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Lining up to add another.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications, national championship implications. I will be honest, Paul Bunyan Trophy gives me the heebie-jeebies a bit.
You don't like it, it just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies. I hear you, but how about Reese throwing a ranking on us? Rank the trophies? Reese, what are we doing here? We're not ranking trophies. Huge rivalry game, a lot of emotions. We're not talking about ranking trophies.
Zings it complete to the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got an open man. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Spartans decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. To throw on first down. It's complete to the left. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage, take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Touchdown, Michigan! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Rush is on him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Sends it back in motion. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. The Spartans headed quickly to the line. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. To the air on first down. Finds his tight end. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to throw it. Hauls it in. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. He'll throw on third down. He wants to go deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Spartans send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Hog, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Might be calling a hot route. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield very late in the half. Shoots it to the left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and short, the power run here. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and try his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Looking downfield on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Wolverines. The Wolverines have a nice little cushion in that Paul Bunyan trophy almost within their grasp.
Sparty can't quit, though. This game means too much. In the rivalry, in the conference play, in recruiting, Sparty now has to dig deep, and they've got to fight back. Just takes one play, David.
Yeah, and these guys are a bunch of underdog guys, right? These guys are the ones that are talked about in this rivalry as inferior to Michigan all the time. You got a chance to keep fighting, show what's inside your chest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They'll run it from the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Complete with conviction on the crosser. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Handoff from the shotgun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Spartans in a good spot here with second and short. He'll keep it himself. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward. And David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And the Spartans are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
After getting 4 sacks last game, this defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. Now let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
The Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And the Spartans line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've been dominated. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Power football with the run. Crosses the 45. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Across the 25. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan! What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. This time on target.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Jukes his way for more. Turning it on. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Spartans with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. This one's complete.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Tries to slither forward on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Looking for room at the 30. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Spartans are on the move. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. On the run from inside his own 5. Disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Michigan offense. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensive.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are are set up at the 17.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of college football in receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman conversation. That is really hard to do as a wide receiver. So that shows you what kind of special year this young man's having.
He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they take it in for 6 more points. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
Coming out with it, it's Canty. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? As we start the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Running behind that left side. Oh, what a move. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. The Spartans will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Might be changing the route. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him. Put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He'll take it up to the 45-yard line, and they stop him and knock him out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the game.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of...
Running free! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan! That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Got his man on the outside. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Loss of 2.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. He'll pull it on the read. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. He'll do it himself. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And the Spartans will call on their punt team. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. A high high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. He unleashes a long one. Got it! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Ball State is currently ahead in this one, but let's remember, this program has just one bowl win all time, so nothing is a given in Muncie. They're up by 8 over Akron. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. That's reeled in. It's Canty. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw.
He lofted high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Spartans will punt this one away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Snaps it in the shotgun. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Spartans!
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house. They can build some momentum for some future games.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
17.
And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Michigan offense. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight.
It's a seam wide open. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game. And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. And the Spartans will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, they'll go to the air. That one comes out hot down the right side. And it's caught inside the 25.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. The throw. Snares it outside. It's Lanier. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Lets it fly. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. More play to pad the stats. Wants to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. As has been the case for the majority of this rivalry, it's Michigan who once again will take home the mighty Paul Bunyan Trophy. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.